Noreen here from Organized and Creative Moms. Thanks so much for joining me today on my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, I invite you to do so and make sure to ring that little bell so that you get all the notifications about when I have a new video up. I took a bit of a break over the last couple of weeks over the Easter time holidays, and then I actually put my back out, so I was kind of out of commission. So I'm really happy to be back, and even though it's very near the end of April, I've got the April 1, 2, 3 layout, sketch and layout for you today. We're going to be using this fantastic new collection from Creative Memories called Picture This. And this, I would say, is probably one of the most versatile collections they've ever created because it's really just a photography themed, camera themed, picture themed collection. And there are so many fantastic patterns and icons. And I love the blues and greens. So we've got lots of different kinds of cameras, a great stripe. This one's a fun stripe, kind of a polka dot stripe, and black and white little shutters, super versatile. One of my favorites is the plaid, and then a great sunburst pattern on the back. Some fun dots in blues and black, and then a tiny little kind of crop mark image that reads as an overall geometric. And then these fantastic cut apart sheets that have some great titles, images, and border type strips, and then a sheet full of words. Now I'm going to be using this particular paper today with kind of these flash bursts, and then more flash bursts with kind of suns and lightning bolts on the back side. And it again kind of reads as a tone on tone. So if you haven't seen the 1, 2, 3 layouts before, I used the one piece of that double-sided pattern paper. That's where the magic is. 2 pieces of cardstock. In this case, I'm just using white, but you can use colored cardstock, and you of course can use Creative Memories album pages. And then we're going to make the whole thing with just 3 cuts. Now, I always provide you with a handout that you'll be able to find linked below. We keep it stored in the Organized and Creative Mom members library, and you can download it for free. And it has the cutting guide, the sketch, and usually there's a copy of the finished layout here, but I've actually given you an alternate version because I think this geometric layout that I've got for you this month is so much fun. You're going to want to try both versions. Okay, and then also the instructions. So let's have a quick look at the cutting guide because it's a bit different than some of our other cutting guides have been in the past. So as you can see in this cutting guide, we're going to be cutting a lot of diagonals. So first we're going to cut from corner to corner, and because that is such a long distance, it won't fit in most of our trimmers. So you're going to probably need to fold and cut your paper with scissors. Once you do that, you're going to have 2 triangles with one very long edge, and that's the edge that we're going to make our second and third cuts based on. So you're going to place the long edge of one of your triangles at the top of your trimmer, and you're going to have 1 point at the 6-inch mark, cut it, and then you're going to repeat that with the second triangle. So let's come back here and we'll go ahead and do our cutting. So as I mentioned, we're going to have to fold, which maybe I'll fold it this way, corner to corner. And you are going to see this cut. Part of it will be covered up by your photos, but you will see it a little bit. So you do want to cut as carefully along that line as you can. Okay, so now I've got my 2 long-edged triangles, okay? And before I go on to the second and third cuts, I just want to show you kind of the idea behind this. So if we have our 2 pieces of cardstock, the idea is that one is going to bridge the 2 pages there, and then the other will bridge the 2 pages like that. And then of course you've got your seam down the middle. So we have to cut those extra pieces so that we can create that space in between our seams. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. got my 12-inch cutter here with the straight blade, and we will need the 6-inch mark. So we're going to take one of our triangles, okay, you can see the triangle. This is the longest edge. So we're going to put that in at the top of our trimmer, and we're going to make sure that point goes to the 6-inch mark. And then we'll cut. We'll keep this one off to the side here, and then we'll do the same with the second one. And cut. Okay, so those are our 3 cuts, 1 with our scissors and 2 with our trimmer. All right, so we've got both our papers now, and so one of our long edges is going to go along the top edge of our layout, and then our second piece we're going to have to actually turn around so that the other long edge will go along the bottom. Okay, so that is a really fun way to kind of use one piece of paper to make a double page layout with these incredible geometric angles. Now, that's the way I've put it together so you can easily see and easily visualize how these triangles work together. But as you might have noticed in this main sketch, which is the one I am going to finish and show at the end of the video, the triangles are opposite each other. So what I wanted to do is show you that that's how you can create your layout and make sure that all of your edges are lining up. But basically, the layout that I'm going to do is this one. So I've just taken all of my cut pieces, I've assembled them as I showed you, and then I've just moved the one piece of cardstock over to the opposite side. And now I'm going to add my photos, and I'm just going to use some of the blue cardstock photo mats that I've cut. And this is going to give us room for 6 photos. You could definitely get a couple more in there if you like. But I'm taking advantage of the white space here. And I'm going to add 2 horizontal photos there and a 4x4. 2 verticals over on this side. And then I still have room for another horizontal up top. So you can see that I get lots of contrast and lots of movement when I have this geometric pattern as the base for my layout, okay? So again, just to show you the difference, I can take this piece, I'll move this one back, and I can just rearrange it like that so that I have my 2 triangles. And I could leave my photos like this, or again, I can put them back in the same configuration that I had on the opposite sketch. The other thing to note is that each one of these would make a great page all on its own. So if you have some other papers that you wanted to use, you could use either side of this particular sketch as a single page sketch. So again, instead of having the finished layout on the handout for you, I've got both versions of the sketch so that you can play around with it. So thanks very much for joining me today. I hope you give it a try. Enjoy, take care, and stay well during this time, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.